Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've created this really gorgeous gold and pink half cut crease makeup look, and I'm showing you my outfit for an Indian wedding. So if you want to know how I created this, then keep on watching. So I like to start off with the eyes first, and I'm taking my soft ochre paint pot by MAC as a base for our eyeshadows, and this is just going to go all over the eyes and all the way up to the brow bone. And I'm also taking this just under my eyes as well, because I just want to kind of do the eyes all in one go. I'm then taking my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and I'm taking the light shade called Shy first, and this is going to be our transitional blending shade, and I'm taking this through the crease, above it, and also along my lower lash line. Then I'm taking the shade Flamingo, which is a bit more of a brighter pink, and this is going on my outer corner and also through the crease now, and this time I'm using a bit more of a smaller blending brush just so I can get a bit more precision. And then I'm just replicating whatever I do on the top of the eye on the lower lash line also. So I'm just building this colour up and blending it, and you can see it is quite buffed out. Then I'm going into my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm taking this gorgeous deep pink shade called Love Letter, and this on a smaller blending brush now is going mainly through the crease, and then I'm just working it on the outer corner, and then of course just going to take it along the lower lash line as well, because I'm just copying everything I'm doing on the top of the eye. But as you can see, I've just gotten really nice and deep with the pinks really gradually. And then for the lid, I'm taking this Makeup Forever, it's almost like a paint pot as well. I'll leave the name of it down below, but this is a beautiful gold creamy shade, and I'm cutting half of my crease with this, and I'm using a flat synthetic brush to do this. It's nice and easy to do it in kind of like small strokes. Also, it makes it a little bit easier when you kind of apply a little bit of pressure with your brush, and then you like just press the product on, and that way you get a bit of shape, if that makes sense. So then I'm going in with the shade Flamingo, and I'm just kind of going to blend that between that gold and the outer corner, just so that there's a transition. And then I'm mixing Red Ochre and Cypress Umber from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm really lightly working this just on the outer corner and through the crease a little bit, just to deepen it up. Then I've got this Diamond Glow powder, and this is in the shade Illuminati, and I've spritzed my brush with some Fix Plus so that I can pick up a lot of this colour, because it is quite a loose glittery highlight. It's actually a highlighter, guys, sorry I forgot to mention that. But I'm just taking this over the top of that gold just so it pops. As you can see, like on the other eye, it's just so nice and gorgeous and glittery and bright. So I've popped that on over the top of that cream base. And then for eyeliner, I'm using my Inglot Gel Liner in the shade 77, which is just a really nice dark black liner. And as you can see, I've just winged this out, and yeah, it just looks really nice and intense. And then I'm just taking those dark brownie shades like Cypress Umber and Red Ochre along my lower lash line, just on the outer corner also, because I did skip that step before, and then just blending everything through together. And then just going back into the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm taking the shade Primavera, and I am just running that along my brow bone to make that brow bone pop and give it a nice little highlight. For mascara, I've got the L'Oreal False Lash Sculpt Mascara, which is one of my absolute favourites. You guys see it in so many videos. But I'm applying this on my top and bottom lashes, and then I did apply some falsies off camera. I'll leave the name of them down below. Moving on to skin, I've got my Kevyn Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX11. And this is just to cover up any discoloration or scarring. And you guys know this is like my ride or die product. I always use it, it's so good. And then for foundation, I've got this Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, and I've mixed two shades together. I will leave them down below for you, but this foundation is so beautiful, especially for Asian skin also, because the tones are perfect, and also it's very long lasting. It's beautiful to blend out. It looks like skin, but it's still very much buildable full coverage. I absolutely love this foundation, and I have just blended it all in with my Damp Beauty Blender sponge. And then for concealer, I've got my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Medium, and I'm just going to use this to cover up my dark circles and also highlight around the face. So I'm taking this underneath my eyes first and kind of fanning it out into the face, and then I'm going down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and also just on my forehead. Again, I'm just blending this all out with the Damp Beauty Blender sponge. This is my favourite way to blend this concealer out because it is so full coverage. Also, because I have done the eyes first, I wanted to be really careful around the lower lash line, making sure I don't take that concealer into it. So I'm really carefully like blending the concealer around it and then going back in with the light pink shade just to make sure that lower lash line is still buffed out and really nicely blended. And then you just want to set all of those concealed and highlighted areas in place. And I'm using my Mercier translucent setting powder to do this, and also my damp beauty blender sponge. And I like to do it like this just so that the powder doesn't look cakey on the skin. And while I'm allowing my skin to bake a little bit, I'm just going back in with those lower lash line shades. Again, just to bring back the intensity, to make sure we haven't kind of lost that colour or shade when we were blending out our concealer. And then you just want to go ahead and dust off any excess powder. Moving on to bronzer, I've got my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powders, one in Dark Deepest and one in Gold Deposit, and I'm mixing the two of them to bronze my skin, and it's to give my skin like a kind of nice sheen to it, not a glittery bronzer, but a beautiful, healthy, glowy bronze, if that makes sense. And then to contour, I'm mixing these three shades from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just taking this through the hollows of my cheeks. I'm making sure I get a nice, sharp and quite intense contour, just because the eye makeup is quite heavy. You want to kind of balance out the face makeup with that as well. So going in with a really nice defined, structured contour, it really goes well with this kind of look. So I'm just taking that also on my temples and then just down the sides of my nose and at the tip to contour that also. And then for highlight, I'm using my favorite highlighter, and this is Rodeo Drive by Ofra Cosmetics. And damn, I don't even need to say anything, you can just see how much is popping. And I'm just taking that on the top of my cheekbones with a fan brush, and also down the bridge of my nose at the tip and a little bit on my forehead. And then for blusher, I've got this Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. I'll leave the name of it down below, but it's a really nice light pinky shade. I'm not applying too much of it though, because I don't like a lot of blush, especially when you've got quite an intense eye makeup. You don't want the kind of cheeks to overpower it. And then for lips, I've got Plum Lip Liner by MAC. And I'm just lining the edges of my lips with this lip liner. It's one of my favorites. It always kind of, it just adds depth to a light lip, so that's why I like it. And then I'm just going and lining the top of my lips. I'm just getting like a nice rounded shape to make my lips look a little bit fuller. And then I'm just going in from the outer corner and working my way in again to get that kind of like round look. And then I'm just applying Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Pasadena, which is a really nice like muted pink shade, which I really did like, but I wanted to kind of make it a little bit lighter. So I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Crush. If you want to, you can just use this one on its own, you don't have to mix the two, but I did quite like the mix. But guys, this is the finished look, and here is my outfit. I hope you like it. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you did. Comment down below if you want more of these videos. Subscribe for more. I've got loads more Indian looks coming up. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.